Good morning, students. Today's topic is objectives of a socialistic pattern of society. This topic's objectives are to accelerate economic growth and boost the process of industrialization as a means to achieving a socialistic pattern of society. Removal of religion disparities through development of regions with low industrial base. And the aim and objectives of a socialistic pattern of a society is the constitution of India and enunciates directive principles of state policy, which, though not enforceable by any court, are nevertheless fundamental in the governance of the country, and it shall be the duty of the state to apply these principles in making laws. And two of the articles of in this part, the article 38 and article 39 a, b and c are stated in the resolution of 15th March 1950, by which the planning commission was set up. These are: the state shall, in particular, direct its policy towards securing that the citizens, men and women, equally have the right to an adequate means of livelihood, that the ownership and control of the material resources of the community are so distributed as best to suppers the common good, that the operation of the economic system does not result in the concentration if wealth and means of production to the common determinant. Article 39. And next, the article and planning in India was intended in the words of US, the government re- resolution of March 1950 to promote a rapid rise in the standard of living of the people by efficient exploitation of the resources of the country, increasing production and offering opportunities to all for employment in the service law, the community, and the which justice of social, economic, and political shall inform all the institution of national life. This is the Article 58. The state shall, and in the context of planning, it is useful to draw attention to three other articles. The state shall, within the limits of its economic capacity and development, make effective provision for securing the right to work, to education, and to public assistance in cases of unemployment, old age, sickness, and disablement, and in other case of undeserved want. This is Article 41. The state shall endeavor to provide within a period of 10 years from the commencement of this Constitution for free and compulsory education for all children until they complete the age of 14 years. This is the Article 45. And the next in the planning of this committee in December 1954. 1954 Parliament adopted a resolution which contained the following causes. Causes are the causes in the objectives of economic policy should be a socialistic pattern of society, and towards this and the tempo of economic activity in general and industrial development in particular should be stepped up to the maximum possible extent. And next planning is the term socialistic pattern of society was committed upon the elaborate in the second 5-year plan document and the long term strategy for economic advance was formulated based on that concept. In the words of the second 5-year plan, as quoted in the third 5-year plan, documented the task before an underdeveloped country is not merely to get better result within the existing framework of economic and social institutions, but to mold and refresh these that they contribute effectively to the realization of wider and deeper social values. And the next in this picture, role of education in Indian society. These are the various role of education in the Indian society. First of all, modernization of Indian society, and next, synthesizing cultural and scientific values, promoting international understanding, and next, developing economies growth and developing circular outlook, and next, developing democratic values and promoting social and natural integration. And the last is establishing socialistic pattern of society. These are the point of role of education in Indian society, and one by one these points are as discussed now. First of all, the point of modernization of Indian society. Role of education in modern India. Education plays an important role in modernization and of Indian society, and training and education should be. are able to generate a following outcome in our society. The outcomes are to keep up with new developments in the knowledge, change, and the curriculum sets. And next is changing the way teachers teach students by adopting the latest methods and pedagogy. And next is emphasis vocational subject, science, education, and research. And are all any points? Establishment of major universities across the country, formation of interests, willingness, production of attitude and values. These are the outcomes of the modern education. And the next is role of education in synthesizing cultural and scientific values. And according to Education Commission of India, we believe that India should strive to bring science and the values of the spirit together in harmony and thereby pave their way for the eventual emergence of a society which would cater to the needs of the man as a whole and not only to a particular fragment of his personality. In these points, outcomes are from this statement the educating and from this statement the masses of mass can increase the production capacity of a country. Secondary schools should be prepared to meet the needs of the workplace and industries. Vocalization education would enable us to meet the needs of industry, agriculture, and trade. And next, the having work experience as part of school curriculum is necessary in order to develop an increasingly competitive workplace. These are the outcomes of this point. And next, the next point is the importance of education in India. Importance of education in India, the role of education in promoting international understanding. Education plays a key role in a developing economy's growth. Since independence of India has always been rising the literacy rate. There are many educational policies followed by the Indian government. these days to improve the status of education among its citizens. And the role from this statements can gather that what we want from education is for scientific outlook, highlighting the contribution made by different countries to the advancement of humanity. This makes us committed to bringing change for the betterment of society and human a whole. It could also be considered to revise textbooks so as to include derogatory information towards other nations. And let us now highlight the role of education in economic development. In economic development, in the points are here, the educating masses can increase the production capacity of our country. And secondary schools should be prepared to meet the needs of the workplace and industries. Vocalizing education would enable us to meet the needs of industry, agriculture, and trade. Having work experience as part of high school curriculum is necessary in order to in the develop an increasingly competitive workforce. And next, the displays an important role in economic empowerment as experienced workforce contribute immediately to country economic might. Increasing research and education at the university level in science and technology with the special focus on agriculture and related science would enable to economy to develop. Education produce skilled and specialized workers. These skilled workers can manage complex machines or techniques that could be used by unskilled workers. Human capital increases, productivity, and as a result, increased output and contributes to economic growth, increased job rates, and decreased wealth inequality are measure of economic growth. And the next point is here the role of education in developing secular outlook. What is the secular output? In this point, the following steps are needed for improving secular outlook of citizens of this country. First of all, introducing guidance on social and spiritual moral values. And next is providing a program that offers good knowledge on each of the world's main religions. And next, education motivates students to meet for silent meditation in groups and stress on scientific viewpoints in life. And next is affirms the importance of social justice, a civic responsibility in these outcomes. And next is the role of education in developing democratic values. Education should aim towards the development of following values: tolerance and cooperation, large heartedness, scientific temper of mind, respect for culture of other groups. And the next point in this topic, the role of education in promoting social and natural integration. What is the role? Education is a key vehicle for fostering development and greater prosperity. Education is a way of learning and expanding culture. It leads to the advancement of the human condition through improved knowledge, health, living standards, social justice, and efficiency. All these are key indicators of social change. In the national unity and emotional integration are two factors. Two factors are important when addressing the success and stability of any country. When it comes to about question of national integration, education plays an important role. Education aim to do more than support students individually. The aim of a person's education is to develop socially successful and productive individuals. And the education achieve these aims through stressing on following, constantly creating a common school system of public education and using different events and services to foster national consequences, making sure students have a form to connect is a great way to inspire and empower them to engage in community living. And the next point is role of education is establishing socialistic pattern of society. The phrases socialistic pattern of society, according to the Planning Commission, means that the basic criterion of determining the lines of advance must not be private profit but social gain, and that the pattern of development and the structure of social economic relationship should be so planned that they result not only in appreciable increases in national income and employment, but also in greater equality in incomes and wealth. The education system should provide for equality of opportunity in education, common school system, compulsory social and national service, and provision of scholarship. These are the role of education in the society. And next is non-violent basis. Do not share the socialistic belief that centralization of the necessaries of life will conduce to the common welfare when the centralized industries are planned and owned by the state. The socialistic conception of the West was born in an environment reeking with violence. And next to the socialistic conception of the West was born in the environment reeking with violence. The motivate laying behind the Western type and the Eastern is the same, the greatest welfare of the whole society, and the abolition of the hideous inequalities resulting in the existence of millions of have notes and a handful of haves. And next, the social belief in divinity. This society must naturally be based on truth and non-violence, which, in my opinion, are not possible without a living belief in God, meaning a self existent, all knowing living force which inherits every other force known to the world and which depends on none and which will live when all other forces may conceivably perish or cease to act. And next, the this picture in this picture, the role of education in daily life and betterment of society. First is brings awareness in the society, and next get rid of superstitious belief, and next improvement in health, income, and security. And the next is develops a positive attitude in society. And next brings peace and prosperity. And the last is key to success. These are the role of education in daily life and betterment of society. And next we will see the education has a prominent role in this modern era of the global world. In today's world, it has become the most important factor in the development of society. It plays a key role in the betterment of society. The need of education is increasing day by day, due to which it has become of utmost importance. In this importance, the education is the ultimate pathway of success. It gives a great deal of support and encourages each and every individual. The stunning fact is that education is given the highest place in today's world. And the next, basically, education is a process of continuous learning which should be continued till life ends. One should learn to live a decent life, a life which may promote knowledge and awareness to society or individuals. To acquire education is a fundamental right of each and every individual. Education should be imparted to all without any discrimination. It is an essential commodity, the like food, clothing, and shelter. And next, the role of education in daily life and society. Education plays a key role in determining how you spend your adult life. A higher level of education means higher earnings, better health, and a longer life. By the same token, the long term social and financial costs of educational failure and high. Those without the skills to participate socially and economically generate higher costs for health, income, support, child welfare, and social security systems. Education is a major aspect of the development of any other modern society. And these are the points in this topic And the last conclusion is we believe that India should strive to bring science and the values of the spirit together in harmony and thereby pave their way for the even natural emergence of a society which would cater to the needs of the men as a whole and not only to a particular fragment of his personality. And this is the importance of education. Education plays a key role in a developing economy, growth, and sense independence of India has always been rising the literacy rate. There are many educational policies followed by the Indian government, and these days to improve the status of education among its citizens and contribution made by different countries. This is the advancement of humanity, and this makes us committed to bringing chances, change for the betterment of society and humanity as a whole. These are the main functions and objectives of education of a socialistic pattern of society. At the end of this topic, we see references. These are the references of this topic. Your help, these references, all about the topic knows. And the end of this topic, we will see the MCQ questions. Multiple choice questions is there. First question is which of the following could not be considered a major economic system? First, capitalism, B, communism, C, socialism, and physical quality of life index. What is the answer of this question? The answer of this question is physical quality of life index. Next question, economic development refers to first is economic growth, second economic growth plus changes in output distribution and economic structure, and improvement in the well being of the urban population. And last, sustainable increases in gross national product. What is the answer? The answer is sustainable increases in gross national product. This is the answer of this question. Next question is OPEC is the organization of petroleum exporting country, organization of pre-European Commission, next oil producing economies caucus, and the last option organization of problematic economies committee. The answer is organization of pre-European Commission is the right answer. And next is PP, PPP is a theory that tells us that exchange rates between currencies are in equilibrium when their purchasing power is the same in both countries. And next option GDP divided with exchange rate, and a measure of income inequality, and a measure of infant mortality mortality in developing countries. The answer of this question is a measure of infant mortality in developing countries. This is the answer of this question. And next is the physical quality of life index combines three indicators. They are infant mortality, life expectancy, and adult literacy rate. Next is crime rate, clean environment and quality of housing. And next, air pollution rate, water pollution rate, and sanitation. And the health, education, and environment. Answer is air pollution rate, water pollution rate, and sanitation. Next question, infant mortality. Mortality is defined as the annual number of death infant under 1 year old per thousand live births, reflects the availability of primary education, the right of employment and social security, and is life expectancy up to age 3, reflects the availability of hospitals and child care of facilities and the parents' wealth. Answer is the life expectancy up to age 3. And next question is the Human Development Index summarizes a great deal of social performance in single composite index combining disparity reduction rate, human resource development rate, and the composite index, and longevity, education and living standard, and minimum schooling, adult literacy, and tertiary educational attainment. And last option is human resource training, development, and R&D. The answer is single complex index combining disparity reduction rate, human resource development, and the composite index. This is the answer of this question. And the next question, according to the text, basic needs include food, clothing, and housing, health, education, and quality housing, educate, nutrition, primary education, health, sanitation, water supply, and housing, and longevity and living standards. The answer of this question is health, education, and quality housing is the right answer. And the next question is ASEAN refer to the ASEAN is Association of Southeast Agro Nation, Association of Southeast Asian Nations, Alliance of Southeast Asian Neighbors, Alliance of Southeast African Nations. The right answer is Association of Southeast Asian Nations. And the last question is as economic development proceeds, income equality tends to follow a number, cure, convex, inverted U shaped, L shaped, S shaped. The answer is this question is inverted U shaped is the answer of this question. And the end of this topic, the all about of this topic is now, and the end. Thank you.